Hi, I'm Fred Burton here today with my colleague Scott Stewart. Scott, you've written a lot about the theater of terror. Help us understand exactly what you mean by that term.
Well, really what we've seen, Fred, all along, terrorism has always thought about itself as kind of, the propaganda of the deed, going all the way back to the anarchists in the late 1800s. But really in the modern era, really starting in the 60s and 70s, we saw terrorists trying to kind of present these made-for-TV type attacks. Think about these iconic, airplane hijackings, TWA 847. Think about, the Olympic hostage siege and the OPEC siege. So, over years and years and years, we saw terrorists, working the press and trying to, get their message out through these actions that grab the attentions of the press. And in some cases, as you know, that meant even grabbing press, people like journalists who were abducted in the Middle East. But what we're seeing today that I think is interesting is that with the kind of the popularity of social media, we're seeing people kind of becoming their own press and taking their own propaganda of the deed, this terrorist theater, right to the internet.
I think technology has certainly helped that. If you go back to some of the cases that you mentioned, for example, Scott, the horrific killing of Robert Stedham on the tarmac in Beirut during the TWA 847 hijacking, and of course the 72 Olympic massacre in Munich. Scott, don't you think that the technology we have today, for example, the GoPros, have made this job a little bit easier on the part of the terrorists when they want to help promote their cause?
Yeah, absolutely. And as we saw with even the domestic shooting of the news crew in Roanoke, Virginia last week, we saw the disgruntled employee wearing a GoPro and kind of showing a first-person shooter type aspect to the crime. And so we're seeing more of that, and this means that this, the theater of terror is migrating from, these main terrorist groups like the Palestinian Liberation Organization, like Hezbollah, like Al-Qaeda, like the Islamic State, down to these grassroots operatives. So we're seeing grassroots operatives, places like Toulouse, France, or Brussels, Belgium, wearing these GoPros in order to make their own propaganda videos that they can then post on social media and go viral. So we're even seeing this, this idea of the terrorist spectacular migrating down to the grassroots level from the main group level. And that's a very interesting thing to follow, especially in this age of, social media, of video games, and it all kind of ties together with this technology.
From a tactical perspective, if you turn the tables from our days of being special agents, I think, though, there's also something that counterterrorism personnel can learn by studying this videotape, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that definitely giving us the first-person aspect helps us understand the how. How are they planning these attacks? How are they conducting the surveillance? I'm certain that once you get the suspect, for example, in the Roanoke case, I'll bet that they found a lot of information on him from how he conducted the surveillance. And the same thing you'll see in these attacks in places like Belgium and France as well. So it also helps in the investigation and, of course, trying to then find ways to counter these attacks.
I know guys like us have always been fascinated about the how versus the why. Could you explain that a little bit?
Well, no, the how is important, and that's one of the things that we really try to stress at Stratfor, because, the why is important and the who, but really when you look at the how, that's what allows you to deconstruct the event and figure out the exact steps that were taken to do it, to conduct the attack. So when you understand the steps, then you can start looking for indicators, you can start looking for countermeasures, and you can start looking for ways to disrupt or abate attacks rather than just respond to them after the fact. So really looking at the how and deconstructing it really helps defensively, not just putting people in jail after the fact, but helping you prevent the attacks before they happen.
And hopefully keeping people alive. That's all of the time we have today, Scott. I appreciate your thoughts on this. For anybody that's interested in more information, please visit our website at www.stratfor.com. Thank you.